Okay, go.
Episode 1, Pace of Life.
Yeah.
We're going to do it.
Yeah, do you think this is a good idea?
I don't know. Let's
like
add in one more thing.
I feel like maybe we have enough.
That's kind of our MO, though.
Yeah, we can't really help ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When things are piling on, we seem to add more.
Let's take another scoop.
Yeah.
We go back for seconds.
Yeah. Even with our therapist telling us, say no.
Stop.
Slow down.
Yeah.
We are adding.
I think that's called selective hearing.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I feel like we're actually slow right now. I feel like we are easing into work, and the boys are starting to be a little bit more independent. So maybe that's...
Who? Which one? Challenge flag on that one.
I think that our oldest is definitely able to
Leon. Yeah, I think Leon is
figure it out a bit.
Yeah.
So maybe it's 1 out of 2. Then we add
1 out of 2. Yeah.
More to it.
Yeah, I mean it's true. I mean we've had a good off season from events, which has been nice.
Yeah.
And in that little sliver of calmness, we decided we should just start a podcast.
Yeah, and then 2 months in, when we're on race number 6
They'll never
of the
see us
season,
again.
We'll be done.
We'll take a year-long break.
We need, in 1 week, we'll record 100 episodes so that we're good to go.
Yeah.
Sounds
well, we should probably introduce.
Yeah, let's do it.
So this is Pace of Life podcast. It's a podcast about being married, growing businesses together, having kids, travel, basically the entire scope of life and how you manage it. Or how you try to manage it.
And the real nitty-gritty of it, right?
The realness of it.
Not the polished, scripted part that you see on Instagram. But
look at us.
The behind the scenes, oh crap moments.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So probably where we should start is, quick who we are, what we do. Okay. And then, just dig into what it's been like lately.
Yeah, let's do it.
So who are you?
My name is Laura. Mm-hmm. I am married to my coworker. So I think that is a big piece of the podcast is staying married and staying sane with not only your coworker, but your husband.
And it's new.
Well, yeah, we're 1 year.
Yeah.
14 months into.
Sort of, because we worked together for a long time.
Yeah.
But not in the capacity that it is now.
Yeah, that's how we met, was working.
Yeah.
And so we've only known each other in that capacity. We have a cool job. I think that our job is unique and different in the sense that we are producing endurance events, mostly running events in the Midwest and even around the country.
Yeah.
Our best friends also do that. That's how we met all of our friends.
Yeah.
And then we're going into the office and trying to figure out the balance of I'm a workaholic. You do a much better job of having a balance there.
Yeah, I'm a lot more lazy.
I don't know if lazy.
Yeah, it's just not my number one priority.
It's very much my identity.
I'm okay letting things sit in the inbox for probably too long, to be fair.
I was just telling him that dynamic and they said, to be fair, you're wrong and he's right in the way that they're doing life. So
yeah, I like that person. Yeah.
Shout out to JT.
Thank you, JT. Yeah. And with this job, there's a ton of travel. There is a ton of different hats we have to wear because it's just us. So we sell sponsorships. We have meetings with police and with medical and with the different cities and municipalities that are involved. And we're designing courses and setting up volunteers. And any given day, we can have 5 different meetings with 5 different agencies.
We're not clocking in at 9 a.m. and clocking out at 5 p.m. We are very much on all the time.
Yeah.
But also able to have flexibility in that where
sure.
Because we can bring our computer anywhere and we just came off of an off season, the cold months. We don't produce races.
Yeah.
We have some flexibility, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really great. We did a week in Hawaii with the boys, which was really fun. And with our grandmas, which was
our moms, the boys' grandmas.
Not our grandmas. That would be, our moms. And we predicated the trip. We invited them on the trip, basically saying like, hey, we really love for you to come, but we're hoping you guys can help us out with the boys. We didn't see them the entire trip. They basically were just on.
Grandma's gone wild.
Grandma's gone wild. They happened to be on the same flight as us and staying in the same Airbnb.
I do not think that's fair to them.
I don't think it's fair to us. I think it's way worse than that. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt because, you know.
It wasn't like we were bringing them as nannies, where we were like, hey, we're going to buy your flight. We're going to buy your house. They paid for their part of the trip.
I have text messages saying, we are inviting you.
It was their vacation too. And to be fair, I mean, I would have loved a little more like help, but I love seeing them like going out in their car and
it was
like
fun seeing them
having wine and just like girls' day.
Yeah, while we were just, you know, changing diapers, cooking for them, cleaning up after them.
Yeah.
It was wild.
It was fun.
So grandmas are no longer invited on family vacations.
So yeah,
they don't know
we're taking applications if anybody wants to go on vacation with us. Jake can give you the
I'll tell you what parameters. You can't. I'll tell you what's allowed and what's not allowed.
It sounds like a fun vacation for other people.
Yeah, you're on my vacation. So
there's that. So we are parents. I think that's like our number one role in life, and
Absolutely.
like it's new-ish. Absolutely. Our oldest is 5.
Yeah.
Our youngest is 18 months.
Yeah.
Teddy. We talked about Leon being our oldest, but Teddy is our youngest, and we throw them into the chaos of the life we've created every day.
Yeah, I think it's one of my biggest things with this job is, and I think with any job really, is like I feel like sometimes people forget that when you're clocked in, like you never clock out as a father, as a husband. And I think a lot of people forget that, whether they're your coworkers or, you know, somebody, a vendor or whoever it is. So I think it's super important to like bring your kids or have them in the background as a meeting. Like I'm sure during an episode, one of our wild kids will just be running around here. But I think it like shows, it kind of breaks the like, oh yeah, that's just another person who's managing life the best that they can. Yeah. And they have kids, and you know, and this job is just a small part of their life.
I do think the pandemic changed that a bit. Like when things shifted to COVID, and you really are like hearing a kid in the background, and like people they have more grace for just people being parents and needing to drop off at 9 a.m. or pick up at 3 p.m. and like understand that like, hey, I'm happy to jump on a late night call, but I'm also cooking dinner.
But the kids will be freaking out in the background. Yeah.
But we do it. We have committees for all of our races, and we try to bring our kids because like
into the races themselves.
Yeah. We want them to see us doing something that we love. We want the people that we work with to understand that like parenthood is first.
Mm-hmm.
And like we don't have lines between like home life and work life at all. I feel like it's all blurred together.
It's just life.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what it is. Yeah. And that's kind of the point of this podcast is like, it's just life.
Yeah.
And it's crazy and it's chaotic. And especially if you're trying to build, because we are essentially entrepreneurs, because basically however much work we do is what we get. We're not clocking in. We're building something hopefully for the future, but at the same time, like making sure that family is first.
For sure.
And that balance, I think, comes with a lot of stress and anxiety, and honestly, I think it's more prevalent than I think people even today talk about, and that's kind of a good segue is why we're starting this podcast. And for me, it's like I've struggled with anxiety my whole life. And especially since like the pandemic and having kids and these responsibilities, it's gone like to a completely different level. And I think that is super common now, especially post-pandemic. And I still, even though like our generation and every generation gets better and better about talking about it, I still think it's a bit taboo, especially I think from a male.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I think it's still like not necessarily talked about. And that's one of my, I truly believe like I went through and am going through what I'm going through to help other people.
Yeah. Have a voice and like,
Yeah.
if that
And
guy,
just connection, right? Like I feel like if you can hear somebody else talk about it, because I know from my personal experience, like sometimes you just feel like you're the only one going
you're in
through
a
it.
silo kind of.
You're in a
Yeah.
silo.
Yeah.
And like you feel like I'm the only one having these thoughts. I'm the only person feeling this way. Something is wrong with me. And I don't that couldn't be further from the truth.
I think that we have a unique perspective on the whole thing because for you, a lot of yours is like social anxiety, or stemmed from that.
Mhm.
And it would be much easier for you to have like not take our kids traveling.
Yeah,
or
this life that we've chosen is
not
probably the most difficult
have
life that
a job that's like weekends and nights a lot, and like having to rely on our village and having to like figure it all out along the way. Like I feel like we could do a very 9 to 5 job
Yeah.
when daycare is open.
Yeah.
Bring the kids, bring them home, have weekends, stay here.
Yeah.
Like maybe do one trip every few months,
Yeah.
every 6 months or something.
Yeah.
But we don't do that.
That's a normal life. The normies. Yeah.
And so I feel like you are asking for insight. You know what I mean? Like not asking
Yeah, I
for
mean
it, I
that.
guess, but I don't know what I'm trying to say there.
Well, I think no, I think you're on the right like path. I think it is like one of my biggest goals in life is to like show, especially my sons, that you can have anxiety and still move forward. Like I think anxiety only becomes a disability or whatever you want to call it when it stops you from doing something. I think for a lot of people, the thought of, oh my God, I have to give, I have to stand up and talk in front of a room full of 100 people about this event, from sponsors to the police department. Even though that's what I love doing, and I'm good at it, I think a lot of people will stop themselves there and just say, it's too hard. Like, I'm going to freak out and panic. I'm just going to go apply for, a 9 to 5 job, which is great. I mean, there's a lot of upside to that too. I think that I just don't want fear to drive my life, basically.
Yeah, I think that you do things that are exceptionally hard for you. For me. I think,
which I think for some people, sorry, I don't mean to keep it, but for some people, those things that are super hard for me, they don't even think about, right? Like that's kind of the difference between somebody with anxiety and somebody without anxiety. Like taking a family vacation, like I'm freaking out, right?
And we are opposite in that.
Yeah,
and
you're like,
that has been like an obstacle at times in our marriage.
Sure.
That we've had to like have the conversation of like, I am very much like, I look at the calendar, and I'm getting better now that we have young kids, but I look at the calendar. If we have a weekend that is home, I'm like, well, what should we be doing?
Yeah.
What friends should we be inviting over? What like,
I'm locking the door.
Yeah. And so like we are yin and yang in that sense.
Yeah.
And it's been, we've been married now for 5.5 years. And I think we're really good at having that conversation, but it's not natural for me to think about slow time. And it's not natural for you to pile things on.
Yeah. Yeah. But it is becoming more natural for me.
But I think that's because your whole sense of life right now is to prove to the boys. Like, I think you'll do something hard for yourself if it means showing the boys
absolutely
to or bettering their life in some sense. And I think that it's admirable, but I think that a lot of the things that you do in the last 5 years has been because you've become a father.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that changed the course of life and like my purpose,
for sure,
for like for the better, obviously. I mean, it comes with an insane amount of pressure and responsibility and stress, but I think since the day that you got pregnant, really, maybe not, maybe like the day that they were born, because it's hard for a guy. We don't really get that experience, so like I always say,
you don't feel connected.
I feel like the women are 9 months ahead of what the guy, like the relationship with the kid, how they are experiencing pregnancy and like a first child. Because like I feel like from the time that you find out and you're like growing this little baby,
I'm thinking about it all day long.
yeah, and you are literally already connected.
Well,
And
and it's like every day you're throwing up, or you're like
you
looking at your
yeah,
app and being like, oh, it's the size of a
kumquat.
sesame seed. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it is taking over your life, and more so with the first than the second, because the first or
it's
the
all you're
second
focusing
you
on.
are like distracted by the oldest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think as a woman, you're like the moment you're pregnant, and you were golfing every day that I was pregnant.
Well, it was
with
COVID.
first.
It was COVID, so we didn't really
So
work.
you were not affected. Not thinking about that.
That's my point, though. It's like it's like you're sitting there having 2 goldfish a day, puking.
Yeah.
So she also gets, what's it called?
Hyperemesis. So Princess Kate made it famous.
Yeah.
And so you're throwing up every day, but not just like morning sickness throwing up. You're just, I mean, I lose weight when I'm pregnant. I
Like
lost 15
20,
pounds
yeah.
in 2 months.
Can't
and
get out of
like,
bed, sleeping all day.
If I went into the hospital one more time, they're going to put a feeding tube in there. Like you're like just dehydrated because you're throwing up.
Yeah.
I mean, I at one point put on my phone how many times I was throwing up. It was like 30 times a day.
Yeah, the daily schedule was
yeah.
like wake up, take a pill.
You have a suppository.
Puke,
you
a
have
suppository.
Zofran. Like you're just like
yeah,
surviving. And I did have it with both kids. We didn't know the first time, which I think was the hard part. I got like way down the path that was probably unsafe before we like figured out what was going on.
Well, and not only that, but like I remember calling the OB, and we were like, "Hey, she's like puking a lot."
Yeah,
and they're like, "Yeah, that's what it is." Like, don't bother us.
I think most people are puking later on, and you don't see your first appointment is not until you're like 12 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was puking from 4 weeks until the day that I had both kids.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, honey, like you have
toughen up,
a baby in there.
Yeah.
And then when we finally got in there, I peed on the stick and it was really purple. And they were like, we've never seen
anything this bad. I think it was like your ketones or something like that.
Acetoketa. What is the word?
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, you were starving to death.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you went in there looking like, yeah.
Not good.
You just found.
But you were golfing every day. I remember.
Was that?
I mean, at that point, COVID, you were like working nights at the fields because
that's right.
Running events were not happening. So for you to make some money for us, you were working at the ball fields like the nighttime. And I remember looking like at your location, waiting for you to get home to be like, I think I need to go to the hospital. But I could like see you on the golf course. Like, was that hole 10? Was that hole 11? Like, I have to wait until. Because I also not want to ask for help. That's why I love it,
because you waited. Yeah,
I'm not one to ask for help. And we had one car at the time, so I couldn't drive myself.
Yeah. I sound great right now. Yeah.
Oh, gosh, that seems like forever ago.
How many times did we go? Because we went to the ER a few times. And then they eventually just said, when this keeps happening, just go to like the OB.
Yeah, but you can't go to the OB until you're in your 3rd trimester.
That's right. Yeah.
And
is it 3rd trimester? I thought it was like 15 weeks or something.
Anyways, I don't remember.
I don't remember. So I mean, we would spend 4 hours in the ER.
Yeah.
And then eventually.
And it was COVID, so like people were afraid of being around each other.
Crazy.
Like if you were in there, like you had a mask on, like people. It was you didn't want to be in the ER.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, nobody wants to be in the ER ever.
Yeah. But that particular year was extra crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we
have 2 very healthy babies. I think that it's like you should say that like I always say like I'm grateful that we were able to get pregnant and we were able to deliver 2 healthy babies, and that like you know, you have so many stories and struggles of getting to that point, and like it did suck. Puking every day, it sucked, but they also kept telling us this is a sign that you have a healthy baby, like
which blew me away.
Yeah, and they kept saying like it doesn't matter if you're losing weight, like
the baby's getting everything it needs, which is like I don't know how that's possible, but
so we are very, very blessed.
Yeah, 2 healthy boys, wild, and fun.
Yeah,
but so that's one very small adventure that we have. I mean. It's been a crazy 5 years of being married. And yeah, so how we met each other is we are still did the same thing that we're doing now, but at a much like lower on the totem pole, right? So like now we're doing all the meetings and like we are managing the event from a higher level. But part of that is that you hire people to fly in and help you produce it, because you can have 2 people plan the whole thing, but you need like 40 on race weekend to actually
Labor.
execute.
I mean, honestly, like
just like
hands.
Yeah. So we did that for 10 years, traveling the country together.
All over, from East Coast to West Coast, putting on triathlons and running events.
Long days. Yeah.
Fondly back on. Like, I wouldn't want to do it right now when I'm 37 years old. Like, I couldn't do it, but I look fondly on this fact that like we flew in on a Wednesday, didn't know anything about the race, like weren't thinking about the race till we get there, and then they were just like telling you move that from there to there, and then on race day like stay ahead of the issues, you know. But like once you have the events happen and you pack up the truck, you get on the flight and you fly home,
go back home,
and you don't think about it again until next year. yeah,
exactly. Yeah, because we'd fly home more than likely Monday morning.
Yeah.
Do laundry when we got home, pack on Tuesday, and then usually we were on a plane again Wednesday.
Then Wednesday or Thursday, yeah. But I mean, we were so free. Like we.
Oh my, yeah. You
now
no
you're
stress.
wearing. We're wearing race director hats. We are the point person with sponsors and the point person with city and police, and like there was a time in life and we learned a lot during that process. But I like look back so fondly on the sense that like, gosh, we weren't worried. Like, and at the time we probably thought, man, our life is so stressful.
That's the crazy thing. I think about that all the time with kids.
Yeah.
One is you're like, I can't do that. Like when you were, 10 years ago, you didn't have kids. I'm so busy. I'm so tired. And then you have no idea what that's like until you have your first child.
Yeah, I look back like, what did we do with our days?
I have nothing to show for all of that time.
I could have done some.
I could have done something with my life. Yeah, and like you just kind of existed.
Yeah,
it was. I mean, it was a lot of fun, and we got to see. It was a really great way to travel and see things, because we were in, like you said, we were in New York City one weekend, and then we were in San Francisco the next weekend, and everywhere in between. So I mean,
and there were like you said, there's a core group of probably like 300 people across the country that do this for a living, full time. But we had the same like 30 people that would come to all those races, and like whether they lived in Florida or they lived in San Francisco, like we would meet every weekend at that spot, and they were like our best friend, and like they knew more about us than our family. They saw us more than our family.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, we would not go to friends and families' weddings because if we weren't working a weekend, we weren't making money. Like it wasn't like we were on a salary or had health benefits. Like if you weren't working, you weren't making any money. So these people were our like core. They were truly our family.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I look back on it now, like although for me, I mean, you say like no stress, but for me, it was
a lot to get.
It was very hard, right? Because like you're not in a hotel room by yourself. Like you're constantly surrounded by people. So flying made me anxious. Like sharing a room with somebody, especially a random person, because sometimes it would be not your family necessarily.
I was usually the only girl.
Yeah, you lucked out.
It's like a very male field. So I was usually the only girl, and I joke that the only reason you started dating me was so that because we hung out all the time, like we were friends
all the time.
It wasn't like we started dating right away. So we were like, we always did the build together. Like you kind of split up into groups, and then at night we were like not really partiers, so we would go like right after sweaty and gross, get dinner, come back, watch some movie in the room or something.
Yeah.
And I always thought, well, he just dated me, so he doesn't have to have like a stinky roommate.
It's true. And now look at us. Now I have a stinky wife. Super stinky roommate.
Sorry.
The joke's on me. Son of this. Yeah. So I have my reasons for wanting to do a podcast, but I'm curious about your reasons, because we were literally driving to have meetings a couple hours away for one of our events. And one of the podcasts that we like is very similar, right? It's
Yeah. Two parents
two
just
parents.
talking.
Yep. And we both at the same time were like, maybe we should just do a podcast. Like, that sounds kind of fun. But I think I know for me it's deeper than that. But why did you want to start a podcast?
I think for me it was again, I'm really working hard in my therapy on like work-life balance.
Mm-hmm.
And I struggle to like put a computer away, be done.
Yeah.
And I think it's a fun way to like still incorporate work, but like the joys of work and not the stresses of work. And have time to just kick it with you. Honestly, like I think that we like when January 1st started, we're like, once a month we're going to go to dinner and we're going to talk about like, here are the things that bothering me, here are the things that are going well in my life, like how are we doing as parents and as employees and as like a family. And we've did that once
I mean
the year, like we just don't have time.
It's not realistic, I feel like. Like especially with the age of our boys, it's like Leon is constantly doing something, swimming lessons or baseball or something, taking him to preschool and driving him back. And we have meetings at all times of day, and sometimes you're gone or sometimes we're both gone so the typical, like, I feel like answer from a therapist of like, do the weekly date night check-in thing is like, that's really hard. But this is kind of,
I think it's like a date.
It's basically
kind of that. I think there's like something romantic and like an odd way of like hanging out with you and talking about just like no, I mean just like life and trying to navigate it. I think there's something to be said about that it's recorded, and our boys at some point will be able to like have something of this crazy life. I think our life is very unique. And I also think we're pretty vocal in like the way that what we stand for and what we do. And like, the fact that like we find it important that even in very stressful times of life, we still want to travel. And like, I think Hawaii is a perfect, like, I kept asking, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do this? Like, it's been like a stressful few months. Maybe we just stay home. And you were like, it's important that we show the kids the world. Also that we relax. Like, don't get me wrong. Hawaii is not like cultural for us, like.
Yeah, I think one of our friends said it the best. There's travel and then there's vacation.
Yeah.
And Hawaii was a vacation.
Yeah.
Except for the grandmas.
So that's kind of, for me, it's like this is relaxing part of the job, I guess. And also just like a time to connect with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I think it's also important that like one of my kind of going back to like being a father and like what that means is I don't think it's fair for either my struggles or my anxieties to take away something from the boys. You know what I mean? Like, I would not want my own struggles to be the reason that they didn't get to experience Hawaii. So although it's a lot for me to get on the plane and like do the thing, the reward of seeing them in the ocean and like, seeing sea turtles and just spending that time with them, and they may not remember it, but I sure will. I feel like that, but a part of that will stick with them throughout their life. So I think it's also important for them to see like, man, dad seems like not normal, but like, we're going to go.
He's like overcoming something that's hard.
And for their own lives, I think I used to struggle with this all the time of like, you have to be your best version of yourself to leave the door. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure it's part of being a perfectionist and all that kind of stuff, but like, unless I'm going to present the world with my best self, I'm just not going to do it. And that really restricts your life.
Well, because how often are you at 100%?
It turns out not very often. Turns out not very often.
I think that it's okay to show the world that you're at 80%. And we are very like, we're not doing great right now, like us or as parents or as work. Like, and I think that like, it's okay to say like, there are phases of life throughout the calendar, like I'm in my work mode, I'm in my mom mode, I'm like, and never are they all at 100% ever.
Never. Yeah.
It's not realistic either to like portray that. Like, I think it's important
I
that you
agree.
tell your friends and you tell people that you're in meetings with of like,
hey, I didn't sleep last night.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what I'm about to say, but just bear with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think usually you surprise yourself of like, oh, that was a big thing for me. It's like, oh, like I can do this, even though it might feel weird or not feel like, I'm fully like in control of my life. You can still do it. Like you can still move forward and do the things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's like layers upon layers of that kind of stuff constantly going on.
So is that your why for why you wanted to do a podcast? Or what?
Well, I think it's several things. I think like for you, like I feel like this is usually when we're talking, it's like about work or about the kids
here we are talking about working.
Yeah, but it's different. Like it's not like, okay,
Fun
did you pack Leon's bag and are you gonna go pick him up? Do I need to?
Less naggy.
Less naggy. Well, less like structured. It's not like a task that we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's just like, sure, we're talking about them because that's our life.
Yeah.
More than anything. And I like that this is like totally unstructured.
Yeah.
I think some things will like just pop up
naturally
that, like,
come.
We should probably talk about.
Yeah.
And like I think it's good for people to just see it's not like a polished thing.
Yeah.
Right. Like this is just life.
This is us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then too, like if I can help even one person not feel alone, understand that like I struggle daily with anxiety, like at a pretty high level, and still like am a father and a husband and a business owner and like traveling and doing all these very hard things, and you can do it too. If I can do it, you can.
I'm just a normal guy
I'm just a dude.
Yeah,
I'm just a dude.
Yeah, and everybody like goes through those phases. Like I think in different depths of it, but like
absolutely.
Yeah. And yours is different depths. I feel like right before we have kids, you're not.
Yeah, my anxiety and OCD like goes bananas.
It's scary.
It is incredibly scary. Yeah, it's the intrusive thoughts and just like the constant anxiety and stress. But apparently it's common. I mean, and I think
so. Yeah, that's what your therapist says because they see that. But how many people are out talking about it? Because I didn't hear about it until you were talking about it.
Yeah, common. I think in a closeted way. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like it's common, but it's not like documented because I don't think very many people talk about it. But like I think just like how women can get postpartum and stuff like that, it's actually very common for the male to get it like almost before that, which mine always triggered like 2 or 3 months before
we delivered,
before the boys were born, and then it lasted like literally 18 months after.
Yeah.
I mean, it peaks and then it like very, very slowly comes down. But I mean,
and is yours, I mean, I kind of know this, but I'm asking for the listener, but yours is stemmed in fear of fatherhood or?
No, I think it's, so my type, like I have health anxiety, health OCD. So, and I think that the more stressed and anxious you are just from life, the easier it.
Also, it's important to say that like our largest events that we produce the whole year fell right after we had both kids.
Right there.
Like
which is perfect.
You were a race director for an Ironman in our community, and Leon was 6 weeks old when that event happened.
Yeah.
And then the Des Moines Marathon is our largest event right now that falls in October, and Teddy was born in September.
Yeah.
So like I don't know that like without babies, you're stressed on those events.
Well, and
without races, you're stressed with a brand new baby.
And with Leon, it was also COVID.
Yeah.
We just got married, just bought a house.
Yeah.
I didn't have a job, like a real job.
Do you have a real job right now?
No, I don't think so. But yeah, I mean the baseline stress was like through the roof. And then you add a baby on top of that. And it just took me to a different place.
Yeah.
But I have health anxiety. So if I feel something small, or if I think something small, it literally turns from a molehill to a mountain. I mean, it goes from, or whatever that.
Well, and your intrusive thoughts, like you're like, if you are bloated,
I have cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
if I have brain fog, I have dementia. I have ALS. Like it goes from, it's catastrophic thinking. I mean, it goes from a very simple, normal human sensation to I'm writing goodbye notes to my family because I might not see tomorrow. Kind of. I mean,
we were going into the hospital to get checked for those things.
Yeah, looking back on it, I mean, I mean, I was begging you to take me to the ER because I was convinced that something was wrong with me. And it was weird. Like I remember like sitting in the ER and being like, what am I doing? Like I remember being like, I don't even need to be here. But like you hit these giant waves of anxiety and fear.
But until a doctor told you, looked at you and said, hey, you don't have anything, you're healthy, you weren't going to get past that.
I did not have the skills.
With our first kid.
The tools, to get past it. I needed reassurance. I needed some sort of confirmation that like, you're okay. Like this is just anxiety. It's actually very normal, before you have a kid, that kind of stuff. But even that, like, it lasted a couple hours.
And I want to take a moment to say like you've put a lot of work in on having the skills and like coping for how to get yourself out of those waves. Yeah. And also just like therapy's awesome. Like, like therapists are awesome. And every time you like talk to your therapist, they were like giving you reassurance, giving you skills, like challenging you, but listening to you. And we both go to therapists and talk about different things and work on different things. But like, I think, and like before I went, because I really didn't have anxiety, like you're always like, man, what in your life, like your childhood, you're not anxious at all. You're not even thinking about
your parents did.
And I think like motherhood changed a lot for me with that hormones and things. But like, I think I was like, I don't need to go to a therapist. And one of my best friends is a therapist. Like everybody needs to go to a therapist.
It's like working out. Yeah. I mean, it's like exercise for your brain. Like there's the best way that I can like describe it is I feel like all of a sudden I was tasked with building a house, but I had nothing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And every therapist, every session, every little exercise I did, it was like, here's a hammer. Here's a saw. Here's something in the tool belt. Yeah. And now it's like, because I still have these giant waves of anxiety and fear almost every day, but I'm able, because I have all these tools now, I'm able to kind of like, I know what this takes. Yeah. Like this is a nail.
Or you see a sign of it creeping in long before you used to. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, and you also, you get stuck in the, like, you Google things and, like one of the big things is like, stop trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, there is no answer. And just accept the uncertainty. This is me.
This is what it is. Yeah. Like nothing, no matter how much I think about it, it's not going to change anything. Yeah. So and that takes years of work. Yeah. I think that's one thing I wish that, and it's probably different for every person, so it's probably hard to say, but like, I really wish that at some point a therapist or one of my videos I've watched said like, hey, just so you know, this is going to take like a long time. Like this is going to be years of work, because sometimes it makes
you are a perfectionist and you are waiting to like be done. You think, when is this like, okay, that was a chapter that sucked.
Well, I think it's a lot like exercise, right? Like if you've never worked out and you want to get in shape, you do a 3-mile run, you come home, you look in the mirror and you're like, I still look the same. Yeah. This is crap. I'm not going to do this. But it's like,
well, it doesn't really happen for you, but for me, that's
but I mean, you have to be dedicated. Yeah. You have to run 3 miles every day for months before you even notice a change.
But then you take 1 week off, you go on vacation for a week, and it's like, you got to build it back up. And it's the same with mental health. I think, it's worth saying like therapy is cool. Find a good therapist. Seriously. And the first one you find may not be the right one. Like date and like know that like if you have a so-so like relationship with your therapist, or you just are like not feeling it, that there are different ones out there for different people. My cousin once said like, you every 8 weeks go in and get your hair done. like colored or cut or whatever, you're okay spending $200 every 8 weeks and finding the time to do that. Why would you not do that for your soul? Like, it's literally, so this is like, I say it all the time, I'll scream from the rooftops, like, therapy is cool. It's awesome. And like, whether you are like where you were digging yourself out of a hole, or you have like a pretty good baseline, but you just want somebody there who kind of knows your story and is able to like pick you up when you are down, find a good therapist.
Yeah. And to kind of just piggyback off of that, and then we can move off of this, but I tried like I would say like traditional therapy for a while, just for like, I think, general anxiety. And it turns out that I have like a very specific kind of like OCD where I obsess over thoughts, and the general therapists weren't really like helping with that. I mean, they gave me broad tools, which helped, I think, for like daily situations, but to actually like penetrate my specific type of mental health, it took an OCD.
Well, an OCD therapist and anxiety are treated very differently, and you have both.
Well, I think they're different sides of the same coin kind of thing. Like, I think it's very hard if you're constantly thinking, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Like, something is wrong with me, and you don't have anxiety. That seems unrealistic. Like, I think that they play off of each other.
Well, I remember saying like, well, just stop. Like, don't think about it. Don't think about it. And it was like kind of the opposite of like, you have this like mentality of like, maybe it will happen to me, maybe it won't. And that was kind of that's what shifted everything. Yeah. But
this maybe not. Being sarcastic with myself.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many great tools out there that in no way does it just take it away, but it makes life manageable and enjoyable again, which I think for me at one point 5 years ago, I'd have been like, this is miserable. Yeah. I'm never going to get back to my old self. And it took a long, long time.
Yeah.
But it is possible. And there is another, another side to it where it's you get through it, you have the tools. And the best part about it is, more than likely, like for us, our boys will have some version of this. And if I can give them the tools while they're 5 years old, without like jamming it down their throat, like if they just naturally soak it up.
Or they see you doing these things. Like,
I like to do
you breathing.
Yeah, I like to do all these things out with them.
Holding ice cubes. Like I think that like it's encouraged to not go into the basement when you're doing those things so that they don't see it. You know what I mean? Like, understand that like this is life and this is what happens under our roof, but also like out in the world.
It's happening everywhere, and all the time.
If you're feeling that way, and that's like with Leon, when he's like feeling, he's already doing deep breaths and he's like counting, and because life is overwhelming for a 5-year-old and a 37-year-old.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Yeah.
But this podcast is not only about mental health. It will definitely be like, we feel strongly about talking about it and
about a lot of things, really.
Being like open about it. So we'll definitely, I think it will be very prevalent in a lot of the episodes, but I think we'll like dabble between parenthood and travel and work and mental health and physical health. And like we put on runs. And so like, we'll talk a little bit about the running industry and like races. So
let's, maybe we should put a bow tie on this first episode.
Okay.
With our, thriving and surviving.
So that's kind of like our tagline, right? Like somewhere between thriving and surviving. Where are we?
So this week alone, let's just take them through this week really quick. So, this week, starting Friday. So whatever, we're just gonna, because who knows when this is gonna come out, but Friday we got on a plane to Oakland because essentially you're getting headhunted by a company out there.
We went to go cheer on a company that we like love, and they do really great things at different events. From not only just running, but they had the Oakland Marathon that weekend. Yeah. And they did a bunch of cool stuff at Bay FC, and they are like super cool company, crushing it. Yeah. And honestly, we look up to them, and so we came out to cheer them on and say hello and see how they do things. And
because before that,
that's how I'll leave that.
They hired you. They hired you to help produce a Super Bowl fan fest theme. Yeah. And then you did such a good job that they really want to hire you.
Well, okay. I don't want to dive too much into that.
All right. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Scratch that. But anyway, so we were traveling there, flying to Oakland. So, which means that, kids, babysitter, dog sitter,
Yes.
getting the house ready, all that kind of stuff. And then we flew home. We got home
Sunday night at midnight.
Sunday night at midnight. Monday was basically a normal day. Is that right? What did we have Monday?
We had swim lessons Monday night.
Swim lessons.
I think we may have had like a call or two or something.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, normal work day, right?
Yeah,
we're at home.
Yeah.
Kids are in daycare, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday, we are in another city having city meetings for.
We drove to it though. It's a 2-hour drive from here to go to city meet. Well, that's not true. We drove 3 hours.
Oh my God, that's true.
To go to a trail run site.
See, we can't even keep track of what we just did. Yeah.
So you took your bike. I ran 3 miles
Horrible
on the trail.
Horrible idea. This trail was, so I rode 13 miles.
It's a half marathon.
I've never been to it. And it blew out my quads, which I don't have very big quads to start with. But probably mile 10, I started cramping so bad, I didn't think I would ever see you again. I thought I'd be out there.
I got back because I only did.
You were texting me.
I did a 5K and got back, changed, had a phone call.
Yeah.
I was and Jake is super fit. So I was he'll be 30 minutes behind me and texting, are you okay?
Oh.
And you're like, I'm dying.
It's hard.
It
was really, really hard.
I think the thing that blew my mind most was that we were staying overnight to have meetings with the city officials of another race. You didn't pack other clothes. So
that's surprising to you? That cannot be surprising to you.
I mean, I think it's disgusting.
What was surprising to me
your
is
pants
how
were
much I
soaking wet.
How much I did sweat during that. Because it was only 40, 50 degrees.
Yeah.
But I was wearing a coat and jeans, which is another great idea by me. Brilliant.
So then we get in the car and we have city meetings.
We literally had a meeting with a city council member.
And you
2 hours later.
And I was like,
yeah.
And you're like, I don't have any other pants.
And guess what? We crushed it. And we crushed it. And that is pace of life right there.
I think they had COVID and they cannot smell.
If I've ever heard.
So yeah, we had meetings there Tuesday, Wednesday, came back, had stuff here on Thursday. Oh, today
is Thursday.
So that's that. So we have a weekend.
That's a week. So Friday to Friday, that was our week. So with that week, where are you between thriving and surviving?
I think I'm thriving. I'm literally so far on the thriving scale.
Whoa.
Because I just chat GPT'd
everything.
Why do I feel so great right now?
You did?
Yeah. And I think mine is, so I nursed for 17 months. I'm a month and a half post nursing.
Yeah.
And so I think my hormones are finally normal. Our son, Teddy, did not sleep while I was nursing. He was up 2 on average times a night.
Did he ever sleep through the night?
Never.
Like just recently, maybe within the last couple
18
weeks,
months,
he started sleeping through the night.
And so I think I was not sleeping well.
Mm-hmm.
I had crazy hormone shifts going on there, and I also took I took it amongst myself to train for a race, which I haven't done in 10 years.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
And I'm working out 5 times a week and putting myself first, which I never ever do.
Yeah,
physically. And so I'm feeling really great. I'm feeling really good.
That's great.
Yeah. And I also think we're just surrounding ourselves with good people. I have my Moms and Margs group on Friday getting together.
Yeah.
I'm loving the races that we're surrounding ourselves. That group in California filled my cup. And then in Cedar Rapids, that group is filling my cup. So I feel really good.
That's great. That's
How
good.
do you feel?
Because it's been a while since you
I feel like myself again.
Yeah, which is huge. And I think that's an important, I feel like life sometimes is how they describe if plane loses pressure. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to put on your own mask
100%.
to be able to help the people around you.
Yeah.
And I think when you're a new parent, especially, you don't even realize that you have a mask sometimes, right? You're just making sure everything else is taken care of. And then maybe at 8 p.m. you put it on and then you pass out.
I think for me, because with Leon, I only nursed for 4 months. And then with Teddy, I nursed for 17 months.
Yeah.
And it was easy. I produced enough. And I thank goodness for that, because some people aren't able to produce enough, or the kids don't latch. So I feel very grateful that happened and that we had the bonding moments. And it's what I wanted to do. At 12, I was like, I would love to go 12 months. And then 12 months came and I'm like, this is going really well. Why would I stop? Is that not the way I got?
I mean, I feel like every day
I was like, love-hate relationship with the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's it becomes you're really proud of being able to do it. I can provide this. And honestly, for Teddy, he loved nursing so much. And even now he's putting his hand in there. This kid loves the boobs.
Yeah.
He loves the boobs.
Yeah.
I think I created the not sleep at night because we also co-sleep, which we'll talk more about, I'm sure, at some point, because we have strong opinions on that too. But I would just give him the boob in the middle of the night and he would go back to bed.
Every little peep.
I created this.
Yeah.
But it became it was tough to ask our parents to watch them because he wasn't sleeping at night.
Yeah.
And it was right for the phase of life. But I am very, very happy right now that I don't have to bring pumps when we travel, that I can I am able to run and go have my time by myself. I'm feeling very happy right now.
Oh, that's great. Good. I'm very proud of you for doing your race too.
Thank you.
I think that's cool.
Thank you. How about you?
I say that I'm definitely on the thriving side.
Good.
I'm definitely not asking chat why I feel so good. But I feel like I am more myself, especially in the last 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Than I've been in a very, very long time.
Even though, post Teddy, you struggled the first year.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel and again, I remember with Leon, it was when he turned 18 months, 2 years old, I started to feel like myself again. And I'm just now kind of getting to that point with Teddy. I think about it all the time of man, I feel really good. I'm not having my usual OCD or anxiety. I'm able to just relax and have fun and be present. And I'm having more of those days than opposite.
Yeah.
And I feel we are in a really good spot, which took a lot of work. And I'm again, probably a whole nother season of the podcast. But and I feel even though that now our events are starting to ramp up and we're about to get really busy, which is actually a perfect time for this podcast because they're going to see
the reality
of it.
Because off season is
summer vacation. I mean, in a way.
Yeah.
It's way less stress. There's no there's deadlines, but it's not if this doesn't happen in the next 30 minutes, the race is going to be canceled.
If you don't order the shirts today, they're not going to get there on the day that you're handing out the shirts.
Exactly.
And again, our job is fun. It's great. Yeah. But there's some stress. There's a lot of stress.
A lot of stress to it. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Sorry. Go on.
But yeah, I feel I'm more on the thriving side than the surviving side.
Let's go.
I know. We're doing it. We're both taking care of ourselves. We're good. But it's work.
A lot of work. A lot of and I think I don't want to dive into it too much right now, but we are really good about having hard conversations and bringing things up when when you are annoying me, bringing it up as opposed to letting it fester, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of annoying things that we have about each other that we've had to that we've had to navigate. So and Leon has health issues. There's a lot of things that we've had to navigate to get there, and it's not perfect, but we're working on it. Yeah.
Do you ever feel when is the other shoe gonna drop, kind of thing?
Well, that's why I asked ChatGPT. I was
what's about to happen?
Is this something I'm doing? I need to continue to do,
or
is what can I do to keep feeling this way? And she was she said she is a she for me. She was well, the hormones probably, it does take 1 to 2 months post weaning to feel yourself. Also, you're running. Also, your therapy is helping. You're working with a therapist and you're getting outside and it's starting to become spring.
Yeah, that's a huge.
So there's vitamin D and
living in Iowa.
Yeah.
the winters are
Tough.
tough.
Yeah.
It is gray and
Yeah.
it is cold,
Ah.
and there's not really snow, so it's not even pretty. Like, you can't even do anything.
Yeah.
So it's tough. The spring definitely changes a lot of those things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
That
All
was a
right.
good first
Episode
one.
1.
Yeah.
Pace of life.
Pace of life, y'all.
Like and subscribe.
I
That's
don't
what they
think
say on the
I don't think that happens. Is that a thing here in podcast world?
on Spotify. Follow.
Follow,
Like and subscribe.
sponsor,
Yeah. That's your sponsorship.
everything.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Pace of life. See you guys next
Bye,
week.
y'all.